Hello, everybody. This is Havoc, and welcome to 2 Point Hospital. A huge shout out to 2 Point Studios and Hello Guillotine. This is the PR agency that provided me with the key. Super excited to play. I've been playing the first two levels of the game. So we start with Memento Mile, and then we go on to over here to Wayland Lodge. But to be quite honest, I'm really more excited for Passwater Cove because we essentially get to build a giant marine life collection, which is going to be really, really fun today. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you want to support the channel and games like this, you can do so by giving the video a like, by commenting, and of course, by subbing to the channel on top of everything. So we are going to go into Passwater Cove and we're going to see what we can't do in this one-off episode. Let's get right to it. All right, welcome to Passwater. Things have dried up lately, but for centuries, this seaside town served as the bridge between the terrestrial world and the aquatic not land of Wetlantis. Most people never even heard of Wetlantis. The county lost interest in the oceans. No one's seen a Wetlantian in a dozen generations. So for now, you're left with the legend, some ruins, and a sea full of fish. We need a marine life expert to see if we can improve the place. Okay, cool. So one of the cool things about the different parts of 2 Point Museum is that it's not all the same staff. I mean, it's 99% the same, but what you need every time is someone to come in and say, hey, I'm an expert, let me get this for you. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Today we have a marine life expert. And as you can see, we have some exhibits set up. We have the corral cornet and we have a wetsuit of armor. Now, both of those have their own buzz ratings, their own knowledge ratings, which basically we can place info stands to get more information and use an analysis room to increase the exhibit knowledge. And then, of course, decoration, which is pretty typical across any 2 Point system. Now, what we have here is a simple kiosk station, two of them actually. In order to get tickets, we have our entryway and we have our small museum. Now, what we could do, I guess I can only move that. So we probably, well, I already messed up. What we could do is we can totally, one of my favorite things about this is we can direct people to go in different directions of the exhibit. So we could force them to go this way, go do something over here, go do something, come buy this stuff, and then go our way that way. I don't think we're going to be able to do that right at this moment. Maybe once we unlock some stuff, we can kind of force people into a different direction before they're able to come past here. Now, the only other big issue here is there's not a lot of room. So we would need to make things look really stinking cool. So we need to hire an expert. We have experts and they all have different traits, or they may not have traits at all. So this is a level 1 expert. It's going to cost us 11,300. He has fish whispering, which boosts the aquarium restoration proficiency, movement speed in aquariums, and increases the fish stats. This guy is also a fish whisperer. So we really don't have a choice on who we want. They are the exact same amount. We're going to go ahead and hire him. And it's going to cost us 1/10 of what it actually costs to hire. And then he's going to start making sure that these things are really good. Oh yeah, we need assistants too. That would be kind of nice. So we need an assistant. We're going to go with 2 people who don't have traits, so we don't have to worry about misusing them. So we have our ticket booths there, and we have nothing else whatsoever. So one of the things we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to build a staff room. We're going to build a bathroom. We don't need a poltergeist room because we're not in a scary haunted place, which is what one of those other ones were. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We need to make sure that our staff room is kind of out of the way. And I kind of think right over here is going to work well. Let's go ahead and do a 4x2, drop a staff door, add some amenities. One of the funny things that we have to have in our staff room is, what is it called? It's called a bandage box. So if the staff were to get injured either on the job here or while on expedition, they would actually go and recover there. It's brilliant. I love it. I really do. All right, so there's some things we're going to unlock. We're going to have a wide selection of different things that these staff can have to try and satiate them as much as possible while also increasing our room decoration. There's not a ton that we can do, to be quite frank. We could drop some dough on some things. We're not going to. Yes, well, actually, oh no. All right, so that's going to be our basics. Yep, we completed the room, finally did that correctly. And then we can add a couple of little decorations. I would assume we could anyways. Maybe we can't. We definitely don't need a rock speaker inside of the staff room. So that's going to be it for the staff room. And to be quite frank, I probably could have put it right here, nestled it in there really well. But what I'm actually going to use that for is we don't need a huge bathroom at the beginning. We don't need anything wild and crazy. We just need some toilets and some sinks, and that is going to be it. Maybe a fancy thing there. And that's right. I forgot I have golden sinks. I need to, hello, hi. Oh, the golden sinks are great. Okay, we're just going to say, yes, we want that. I need to get these out of here. Brilliant. It's almost like I haven't played the game before, but I promise you I have. Let's go ahead and edit the room. I did forget I had golden toilets, and I have this as well. We're going to have golden bathrooms because that's what's required 100%. It's not super intuitive on how to edit inside of rooms whatsoever, and maybe it's just not an intuitive situation at all, but we definitely are only going to pay $200 extra for our golden toilets. Heck yes, I love it. We're going to put a hand dryer in here. We're good to go because there's nothing else that I can squeeze in here at all. So our golden bathroom is done. We have our staff room. We need to collect 250 buckaroonies from donations, and we need to sell just 3 tickets. That's a piece of cake, honestly. But first, before we do, we need a janitor. Let's go ahead and hire Cian Mackerel. I love it. And then a security guard, Gertrude Nutter Tamazia Pratt. We're going to go with Tamazia Pratt for some obvious reasons. Let's go ahead and get in our donation stand. Let's see. So we have a 1 out of 4. There's plenty of info stands. So we literally just need to do a donation box over here. There we go. You know what we're going to do? We're going to turn this off because it's super annoying. I don't need a DJ volume. I don't need a Tannoy volume. I don't even know what the Tannoy volume is. But we don't need that trash in here while I'm trying to talk. It's just flat out rude. All right, cool. So what we have now is we have to generate just a tiny bit more buzz to maximize the buzz on each of these. One of the cool things is if it has certain things, like we could get a buzz bonus if we're near any marine life decorations, and that works well. But what we need to do here is we could go into any of our decorations and simply place a couple of things. So for instance, we could do a rock speaker. Nope, that's not gonna work. It needs to actually be a decoration. Here we go. This is what I needed. And we have a few things we can put in here, like a hanging jelly or a coral. We already have the screens, the waterfall walls. But I think adding a fun little thing just right over here is in the vicinity enough to warrant our full buzzo meter, which is great. Now the traits are they're boring, reduces guest entertainment. Well, that's okay. We'll do what we have to do. And then as people find good information, as they find exhibits well-pleasing, they will actually donate into these little boxes, much like a Planet Zoo situation or even like a Prehistoric Kingdom. And so we are able to collect donations. That's going to be a somewhat large part of our donation system overall. And so that's what we're going to do there. Now, what we can also do is we're going to go ahead and shoot things over to, there's some outside exhibits. What? We have 2 sets of statue ruins. Why are they out there, though? I almost want to bring those boyos. Oh, I can't. They have to be outside. And the other thing is if I want to right-click off of stuff, it actually puts it back in my inventory, which is really frustrating. I don't like that whatsoever. So what do we need here? We need a customize the name. We need to be near a Wetlantian column or near any marine life decoration. So we can rename this. We're going to call this Big Old Feet. There we go. So the buzz is already increased there. We need to be near a Wetlantian column. So if we were to go over into our decorations, Wetlantian column, let's go ahead and just like put a little corridor here. Almost gets us everything that we need. And then we need to be near a marine life decoration. We can't hang this because that's a hanging situation from a ceiling kind of a deal. What we can do is we can totally boost things around it. There we go. And then we can move like we can move the info desk or the info stand. Just be right over here. Very nice. And there we go. We've generated the maximum amount of buzz that we can with this, which is great. We're going to go ahead and hire another guy here. We're going to hire Ernie. And then what we're also able to do is we're also able to go into our work schedule and designate who does what. So for instance, we have our experts here. The only thing Ernie is going to do is he is going to restore our stuff. And to be quite frank, that's all Neil needs to do as well. But then once we could still send them off, but this ensures that their priorities are 100% straight. And then what we can do, we're not supposed to yet technically, but I think we could, unless it's going to unlock for us, in which case it might here. We're going to go ahead and wait for our $250 in collections to hit up. All right, I'm Rustina Fishman. If you want to catch fish, I'm the person you should ask about that. There's not a person atop this county that knows the 2-point seas better than me. The mer people of wet Atlantis maybe, but they're a long way underwater. Old Rustina's the best you've got. If you want my advice before you start catching fish, you'll need to build an aquarium from the rooms list. All right, fish need to be displayed in aquariums. Guests will view an aquarium, all the exhibits living there as a single display. Okay, inside of the single aquarium, got it. When viewing an aquarium, guests again need buzz for all the fish inside. Populate your aquarium with more fish for bigger buzz. Aquariums need water filters. The more fish, the more water filters. An aquarium with insufficient filters will negatively impact the health of the fish inside. Sweet. Okay, cool. This is nice. And this is where the designations could start, for instance. So like, let's see, could I even build a wall at this point? I surely think I could. The real question is, would I be able to build, if we were to go and remove this and go here, could we designate people to go one direction or the other? We could. It's saying that I can't do this right here, though. Okay, that works. So that's at least the start. So we could force people essentially to go past here and view the aquarium as like one of their first deals, which we might as well see if that will work. Let's pop this sucker out right here and force them to go this direction. Now we could definitely just straight up open it up, and then we could section it off like this, for instance. And then that will again force them to go look at our aquariums. And that aquarium could start like right here. And we need a 4x3, but I'm thinking of building a gigantic one at first. Which I guess a 5x3 isn't gigantic. But then that would allow us to, oh, do they go in? Oh, I guess the staff do. That's a good point. And then we could have another one over here or something like that with plenty of viewing space. So let's go ahead and say, hey, we're going to build that right there. We only need one water filter for now. Let's build it in a little inconspicuous place. And then we have certain things like a wetland chest treasure thing. And we have an archway. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. I like that a lot. We're going to blow a little bit of money here. Building up the hype inside. Ooh, seagrass. There we go. Oh, my word. This is actually all really cool. Could I build? Oh, I can stack it. Oh, that's really cool because then there we go. We got some really cool stuff going on here. We got a level 5 going on as well, so we're good there. 10 grand. Sweet. That is one fine fishbowl. It is. With an aquarium ready, it's safe to plan an expedition to the 2-point sea. Tepid tides of Hogspot Peninsula would be a good spot for your first dig. Very cool. All right, so we're going to go start an expedition. There we go. All right, so Hogsport, excuse me, I said Hogspot. Peninsula is a point of interest location. There are people who insist on swimming off the coast if it is an ocean temperature. It's not that cold, it's not that comfortable. So essentially, we have to have at least a level 0 marine life expert. We have 2 of those already. Our typical expedition time is 10 days and $1,500. And then depending on different traits or the number of times we've been there, we actually get a survey level, which guarantees, or I won't say guarantees, unlocks higher quality stuff the more we go there. We don't know what type of fish we'll get there just yet. However, we do have different things that could happen. So for instance, we have slow sailing every time until the people that we bring in have a combined rank of 5. That'll probably never happen for this one, and certainly not for this. So we could have a broken face from a hull breach. If we had a combined rank of 8, that wouldn't happen. Now, perfect catch, fish whispering will unlock this event, so we have at least one guy, if not 2, who have the fish whispering, which means the quality will go up for the exhibit. If we brought someone with a survey skill, it'd actually get $1,000 every time, which would bring this down to 500 buckaroonies. We're going to set up the expedition. We can choose anyone, but we are going to go with Niall. Our cargo, this is our things, for instance, that we could reduce the expedition costs, removes 1 injury event. That would probably be a good one to have, or gets more XP. So we're definitely going to go with more XP. I want him to level up well enough. Yeah, for now, I think that's going to be the best situation. All right, so our expedition dude is back. If we open up the crate, we see that unfortunately he did break his face. However, the quality is increased, so well done. He did gain some XP, and so he'll have to go into the staff room in order to get all that stuff done. What did we get, though, is the question. Oh, we got a clownfish. Ha! That's brilliant. I love it, and I should have expected that 100%. We're going to drop him into here. Nice, our first catch. You'll always remember your first catch, but there'll be a memory sooner than later if you don't put some food. Different kinds of fish require different kinds of food. You can check what the fish may need and then view their exhibit inspector. The fish eats fish flakes. Try pricing a dispenser inside their aquarium. They'll eventually run out and need restocking. So this is one of the cool things about the game. As I found out rather in the haunted one, is that you have literally a poltergeist room that you can put different ghosts in that people can see and exhibit and go look around. Different poltergeists have different demands inside of their own room. So you wouldn't necessarily want to, I won't say cross-contaminate because that sounds terrible, but you don't want conflicting ghosts inside of there. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing here. These guys are going to want temperature of a certain type, food of a certain type. They like big fish with a higher buzz and breeding chance. They need flake food and they need a temperate climate. So that's going to be one of the cool things that we're going to see throughout this whole thing. So here we go. There's the fish food dispenser. I wish it would be able to go up a little bit. Let's move the... There we go. And we can always expand if we need to. Place that right there. Decorate an aquarium to increase its decoration setting. Aquariums with a high decoration benefit fish well-being and improve guest environment. A little more for our bipedal guests. Some marine life merchandise would do that. Sweet. All right. Well, we need to do two things. That is good to go. We need to go on another expedition. And we need to do the same thing. We're going to... Oh, he has a broken face. So we actually won't be able to get... No, we need another dude. Let's go ahead and hire another expert. Only one will be available in 5 days. There you go. He's getting his face fixed. So this is a tuna fork. So literally an interactive display for a kid that, or kids and adults that can do that. And they will have an interactive display that they can mess around with, probably like over here or something. But yeah, so they are going to start working on that. We've got our monthly profit isn't too great, but it's not terrible either. We've got some drinks and some food stuff going on. And if I remember correctly, sweet, we do have a coffee kiosk that we could use as well. So what we're actually going to do here is I'm actually going to drop a coffee kiosk just right here. And then like right here. Now, admittedly, we do need to hire more assistants and we're getting a little assistant heavy without a doubt. Maybe we only do the one. And so that way you come over here. We could still do it over here, I think. I think it makes sense. And then again, we could start doing some decorations over here while we're waiting for the dude across the pond to finish his stuff up. And this is where we can have the fun stuff, like adding decorations. So far things have gone swimmingly. You want to spark serious interest, you need greater range. In terms of the warmer waters, Pebberley Reef is relatively clear sailing. Hasn't been a shipwreck in years. Tropical fish need to be kept at a warm temperature. Build a new aquarium with this water heater. Cool. All right, we're going to do that in just a second. I'm not done decorating my entryway. Okay, this is cool. So it turns out we can be very specific if we wanted to, which actually really, really helps. I like this a lot. This really helps for those ridiculous guys like myself who want to have very straight lines going in other directions. There we go. This is brilliant. I love this. Well done, 2 Point Hospital. Or 2 Point Hospital, 2 Point Museum. And then what I actually kind of want to do here is this. There we go. That's kind of cool. And then for the other floor, we could probably just do, I mean, we could do those tiles. I don't know what they are technically. There we go. It's just diamond gray. Cool. There we go. That's actually like exactly what I wanted. Actually, we could probably put that back. I'm a little bit anal in everything that's going on. That's all right. That works for me. It's a little bit wonky, but I really don't care. Great. Sweet. All right. So we have our interactive display. We have our tuna forks, and we're going to drop that. Oh, let's see. We could drop that right over here since this is kind of our exhibit for the fish anyways. We could almost intro it. We'll do this on this back wall. It's kind of like an interactive display. Very cool. And again, it needs all the stuff to get going like everything else. There we go. Will this do anything for it? I bet it will. I wonder if we would get donations. Oh, sweet. We would get donations from it. Very cool. All right, cool. So they're tuna forking it up. And then we need to build a tropical aquarium with a water heater. So that's what we're going to do over on this side, I think. Let's build an aquarium. Oh, it has to be 3. Okay. Well, that's not a huge deal. It does mean things are a little more awkward, but that's all right. And then we need a water heater. I don't know how many we would need, but we do need a water filter as well. And we know now that there's plenty of stuff there that's going to be okay with. And then let's just boost this up with all sorts of things. We have a nice, cool little tropical log. We're going to place that there, get a couple little pieces scattered throughout. I just love that we can interact with that. Sweet. Sell invalid items. That's totally fine. Those will be those windows. And now the temperature is hot. Very cool. Here are the designs for the wide tropical net. Well, you're going to make me spend all of my money, aren't you? A wide tropical net. That's right, because that's going to allow us to catch 2 fish at once. All right, so to unlock Pebbly Beach, we needed to discover 4 temperate fish exhibits and display a tropical aquarium. We have that now. So now we can go to our Pebbly Reef, which is going to get us all of the other stuff. Let's go this dude right here, though. We are going to choose... Oh, no, I haven't done that yet. We don't need to do that. So we have a whole leak. All right, we're not going to do this just yet. We are waiting on the super wide net. That's right. We've got our Whisperer Boyo. We can do our wide tropical net. We're going to do detailed as always, and we're going to start that expedition. It's a little more money. We're starting to run a little low, so I need to not be so wild and crazy with it. But one of the cool things is that, well, we have a museum level of 8, which isn't bad. Average exhibit buzz is 46. We have 10 exhibits. We have a lot of staff. Guests per month, I'm going to say, is a little more than 8, but maybe not. We need to get a star rating of 1, which I'm not quite sure how we're going to be able to accomplish that. But then also, like our museum rating breakdown, these are the exhibit ratings that they're giving us. It looks like lots of exhibits are amazingly decorated. The entry ticket was okay value. Really enjoying the museum as well. And our breakdown also determines our monthly grant that we get, which is the biggest source of our money at this time. But we can also see here, everyone's pretty satisfied with everything. We could probably use another toilet. It looks like the bathroom's kind of being constantly used. So that's something that could probably improve. Average thirst and average energy are down, which means people are needing to buy sodas and do all that sort of stuff more. All right, sweet. Let's open up the crate. Unfortunately, he busted his face again. This dude's nonstop. Anyways, he's getting there. Level 2, he's slowly gaining all the experience he needs. Let's open and see what we got. We got a flamboyant fish. All right, cool. Long believed to be hand painted. They are not. That's great. Tropical climate and flick food, as always. Sweet. The museum is up and running with a diverse collection of marine exhibits. You're ready to go for a 1-star rating. Who knows what you might find? Very cool. Well, we actually have 2 of these guys, so we're going to put them in there. We've unlocked Bone Bank, which is our new expedition type. So that's really cool. These guys still require flake food, so we can totally satiate that by going there. A shiny sticker of your collection. These are different stickers that you can gain for doing certain things. In this case, we got a shiny sticker for receiving 1,500 guest reviews of at least 2.5 stars. This also allows us to see our different exhibits based on what we have, different stickers for different types. We need to discover pristine quality exhibits in order to get the rewards for them, though. So that's something to keep in mind as we are going along and doing all the things. Sweet. So that should be generating quite a decent bit of buzz. It is. What do we got? Exhibit Showcase, an Impressionist statue. The Department of Culture wants to collaborate with your museum and loan you their Impressionist statue for a limited time. If the exhibit receives enough exposure from guests and donations, you'll pocket a sizable reward. All right, cool. So the showcase length is 25 months. The view target is 25. Decoration is 3. If we do that, we get 15,000 buckaroonies. So let's exhibit this in a prominent place. Wow, there's a lot of people in here all of a sudden. Let's go right next to the Forks area. We're already at a decoration of 4 out of 5, so that's awesome. Near an info stand is great. We need just another small decoration. And the thing is, we could do any of these if it makes sense. So like, what if I just put a rock here? Is that really going to satiate them? No, it isn't. Okay. I thought it would, and I was going to laugh if it did. A lot of janitors needed. Okay, we'll do that. We'll get there. We'll get there, I promise. Right now, though, I'm trying to impress people. There we go. What if we did a turtle decal? Yeah, turtle decal down right here, man. There we go. Sweet. Now we're at a 5 out of 5. Sweet. We'll totally get that. And then we need more janitors because we don't have enough. There we go. All right, we need to go and do more expeditions. So now what we could do is we could unlock this one. Bone bark. Countless objects lie lost, sodden, and dead across the great ocean. Let's get one more with this guy. And we don't have the 2, so we need to fill up our other tank, and then we'll be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and do a haggling handbook so we reduce the amount it costs. It does cost a different amount depending on what time of the year you go into. We're going to start that expedition. Now, I could eventually buy another helipad. We don't have that kind of money. We don't have that kind of money at all, but we are making a decent amount, so it's not too bad. Now, the seafood chatter, we need to receive 750 worth of donations there. The exhibit showcase, we need to have 25 guests view it. We're at 9, and then we're slowly working our way up to our star rating. I think we get our star rating idea once we complete this seafood chatter. Sweet. So we'll get an extra 15 grand for this. Now, one of the other cool things that I really like about this game is the opportunity for sponsored content. Right here. So for instance, the Mudbury Festival sign, the county's biggest music festival, would like to promote itself. And so we get a monthly pay of $1,300. A bonus per guest view is 220. So if we were to accept that, we simply need to find a space for it, which may be the hardest part in this whole shindig. And then we get, the more people we have view it, the better we are. We're off and we get a big financial little bonus. So I'm going to drop it right there. We're gonna sell 2 windows. Put the sign there. It's at a 2 out of 5. We could totally decorate this baby up. What about a water thing right next to it? And then why not like a statue or something? There we go. All right, cool. So we need people to do that. And then the other one I think was something along the lines of a bungled bin. Wants to test the prototype for a new litter crushing hydraulic bin. Let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to drop that right here. Very cool. All right, so this is getting a little bit in the way. I know it really doesn't matter. I don't think they'll care quite as much. But I want to make sure that we're building an actual good park. 100%. Do I need to just move this? Room isn't reachable. Well, what if I put you over here and you stop whining and complaining? What about that? That'd be fantastic. Great. Oh, here we go. What can I say? Absolute authority that fish was not on our plates at the Department of Culture, not like this. But public interest demands we recognize your achievements with some investment. Follow the money and all that. You have our sonar. Sweet. So we unlocked a porthole window, an aquarium ruins. We got 25 grand and 150 kadosh. I think that's what it's called. Kadosh, yes. Thanks to the museum, the town's been buzzing with talk about the fish, sea fish, and even wetlantis. Here they're building a marine sonar. Fancy. Soon you'll be fishing at lower depths. It's dangerous. I'll be back to help however I can. All right, so we've done all of that. We could try and reach for a 2-star, but to be quite frank, we did all this, and it was pretty cut and dry. All right, our expedition team is back. Sweet, nothing really bad happen aside of an exhibit quality. We got more flamboyant fish. I wish I could sell them. Maybe I can. Oh, I totally can. 2,000 bucks. Yep, that almost makes up for the cost. We really need to finish this out with something really good. So we're going to go with a marine life expert. Let's go there. Prehistory expert with the rapid restoration, which should mean we don't have that anyways. Cool. We're going to reduce the cost, or we actually may go with removes 1 injury event. No, we're going to reduce expedition costs. There we go. Sweet. So they'll ferry off and go do all of their sort of things. Meanwhile, for us, we can't really do much. We do need to balance our budget a little bit because I don't want to keep going on and wasting too much money. And so we're going to kind of chill out while our expedition dude flies off and goes and does their thing. Okay, this is cool. An exterrogator skeleton. Some of the county's oldest reptiles decided to head back into the sea. This is an incomplete exhibit. So the more we go here, the more we utilize the expeditions, we'll be able to actually complete this skeleton for more and more buzz, which is great. I absolutely love it. What we need to do here is find a good place for it. Because you don't want, this is more of like, well, maybe as kind of a final gung-ho. Well, no, we'll slap it just right here. Because this is a great space to show off some different marine things anyways. And that's really good for us. Sweet. So let's go ahead and drop some more buzz generators. There we go. Let's go with, we need some info stands. There we go. We do need more decorations. It would be kind of cool to drop this, but I guess it gets viewed from all sides, so that probably wouldn't work. There we go there. That I like that a lot. Porthole window. Will that actually affect things? Actually does. Okay, that's cool. We're just barely there, but that's fine. Work on more buzz generators. That's a big one there. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we also need a donation box. Cool. It looks cooler from this side, but that's all right. And then we need to continue our trend of wiping all the floors with this. And then I found a really cool tool while we were waiting for stuff to happen. I won't say a cool tool per se, but like a really fun pattern that goes along with the theme overall of the exhibit area. And so we're going to rock with that. And that looks really good. I could probably do that same thing throughout here, but we need to kind of focus on one thing at a time. We're making a great monthly profit. We could go ahead and shoot those guys off. What do we got here? Nice. We did get our 15,000 buckaroonies. And so we're doing very, very well overall. Let's go ahead and do another expedition here. The restoration, does that not do anything? No, that's for the other guy. So let's do this. There we go. So that way the quality's insured for sure. And then we're going to do... Nope. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wish I could cancel it. Oh, I can. Sweet. Because I want to make sure the quality is good. Because again, we really need the quality 100%. We need that survey level to be as high as it can be. There we go. Cool. Our rating is going up drastically as well. It was in the low 50s. Now it's in the high 60s. On top of that, our guest happiness has skyrocketed. So that's really good too. Our average entertainment probably isn't as good as it could be. Toilet experience, like there's a lot of people going to the toilet. But I do also have a lot of drink stands and things of that nature circling around everywhere. So maybe while this expedition is rocking and rolling and going out in other spaces, we can do our thing where I go in and I start getting all of my floors where I need them to be. So we can have a really good time there, because that is a good time. Having a well-designed floor system is, oh, it's essential in my opinion for a good museum experience. So let's get to it. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh, a starfish. Nice. Okay, cool. No, that's great. Tropical climate, excuse me. Very nice. We could actually have another fish if we wanted to. The starfish, I think, works well enough for us. We actually had a negative month. I think I kind of went a little bit too crazy going on and on with my decorations and all of my stuff there. But I think one of the really cool pieces about this is I could do this. And then I could draw people to the front here. But then I could do this and this, and I do this. And it's just a really, really great tool to easily get people to come and use your walkways the way you want them to. Like, this is a fantastic tool, and I'm so happy for it. We can even do it like that. And now look at that. Like, that's just perfect. It's great. That's super awesome. All right, so what do we got going on? We did get some monthly profits. They're back up. We just had a really tough month. That's no big deal. Now, what we need to do is see if we can't try and get our expedition to be going here well enough. There we go. Away you go. Nice. So we got an addition there. We can attach to there, and looky there. Sweet. So this is going to be basically what we're going to do from here on out. We can explore more areas of the map to start higher and higher expeditions. For instance, we can do this, discover 5 botany exhibits to unlock the final area of the coast, and we can start increasing our way up to a 2-star. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the time to be able to bring us to a 2-star. I wish I did. And maybe if you guys like this enough and want to see me get to a 2-star, we could totally see what it looks like to expand our exhibit to find a new place. We could buy this for, let's just go ahead and buy it for 2,500 bucks. Like, that's not a lot of money. And then we can figure out how to expand and do different exhibits, maybe even move these sort of things over into here to make this more interesting. So it's one of the things that we can do to try to expand the park if you guys wanted to, but definitely need that engagement there. So if you enjoyed this video and this first look at 2 Point Museum in the aquarium area, then definitely give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments in the comment section. That's the best way to go about doing all of that to judge engagement. Now, this video is on release day, so you can go ahead and purchase this game today. And honestly, at this point, it's a really good game. It does a lot more in 2 Point Museum than I feel like it did in 2 Point Campus, and maybe even in 2 Point Hospital in a lot of ways. So while I love the series and I love the franchise, I do feel like 2 Point Museum has more to offer than any of those other ones have offered in the past. That's not necessarily saying you should buy it, but I'm saying that I am enjoying this more. I don't want to do a proper review yet, and maybe I will in the future. But basically, I enjoyed this a lot more than I have with other ones in the past, excuse me. And so if that's your dig, then go ahead and get it if that's what you want to do and to spend your time on. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for watching. This is Havoc, and I'll see you in the next one.